Right, so we're going to be going over how we can factorize quadratics now. So for the first example, for the first few examples rather, I'm going to be using quadratics with a plus constant value. The approach will be slightly different when we have a minus, but we'll go over that in due time. So what this plus means is that whatever factors we use are 4, we must use the same sign, so either plus plus or minus minus. So let's list the factor pairs of 4. So for starters, we have 2 and 2, and now if we add 2 plus 2, we get 4. Now that's not going to help us because we're actually trying to get this positive 5. So let's look for another pair of factors. We can use 4 and 1, because 4 times 1 is 4. So 4 plus 1 gives us 5, and that's what we're looking for. So, in brackets, we say x plus 4, x plus 1. And that's basically what we're going to do. Right, so let's do another example. Right, so here we have a plus 8. So again, that means that the factors are going to have a plus plus or a minus minus. But in this case, we also have a negative 9 here. Now, because we have a negative 9 here, that means we're probably going to go with the minus minus option for the factors. Right, so let's list some of the factors. So for 8, we have 2 and 4. So let's try that quickly. So negative 2 minus 4, that's going to give us a negative 6. And that is not equal to negative 9, so we don't use that. Let's try another pair of factors. We have 8 and 1. Negative 8 minus 1 is going to be negative 9, which is negative 9, so that one works. Right, so we use our brackets. We put x in the front, and we put minus 9 here, and minus 1 here. Now note that we could change the order of these brackets and it would be the same thing. We could write x minus 1, x minus 9, and it wouldn't really matter. Because if you think about it, if we say let x equal, for example, 0, then this bracket looks like 0 minus 9 times 0 minus 1, which is negative 9 times negative 1, which is 9. And this bracket is 0 minus 1 times 0 minus 9, which is negative 1 times negative 9, which is also 9. So it doesn't really matter which order you put the brackets, just make sure that you understand how we get those brackets. Alright, here's an example that you can try on your own, so pause the video and try it, and then see what I do. Right, so first thing to notice, we have a plus there, so we have either a plus plus or a minus minus. Then because we have a minus over here, we're probably going to be needing a minus minus. Okay, so the factors of 9, we have 9 and 1. Negative 9 minus 1 is negative 10. It's not equal to negative 6, so that's not the right pair. Let's try another pair, and it's going to be 3 and 3. So negative 3 minus 3, because remember we're using the negative negative. It's going to be negative 6, and that works. Okay, so then we just do the same thing. And that's how we get the solution. Right, here is a bit of a trickier example. So why don't you try this and then see how I do it and see if you got the correct answer. Right, so why is this tricky, you may ask yourself. It's pretty much the same as the other ones, except it's not. Cue the suspicious music. Suspenseful music, rather. So the problem is we don't have it as x squared plus 10x plus 9. We have it as x squared plus 9 plus 10x. So the first step is to change it to our normal form. So just change it to x squared plus 10x plus 9. Right? That's that is the first step because you want it to be in a form that is familiar to you, so that it's easier for you to do. Okay, so then the next step is what we're used to. We have a plus here, so we're going to have either a plus plus or a minus minus. We notice that this is a plus, so we're probably going to be needing a plus plus. We list some factors of 9. Let's try 3 and 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. That's not equal to 10, so that one's not the right pair. If we tried 9 and 1, we have 9 plus 1, which is going to give us 10, and that's right. So we use our brackets, and we put our two factors there. And that's how we solve that one. So in the next video, I'll go over how we can do factorizing when we have a negative constant number.